Hey YouTube, Jumbo Silverette here. I shot some video last night, late last night, and earlier in the day. The stuff from late last night I found on my computer. I backed it up. The stuff from earlier in the day, I tell you, I can't find it. It's the thing about these enormous hard drives. And when you collect tons of video and audio files and picture files, sometimes tracking stuff down is impossible. Anyway, I'm going to have to be more careful in the future when I back up, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to try to reconstitute what it was that I said yesterday. I shot it outdoors. I thought it would be kind of a nice treat just to see the outside world, but I talked about how I only know of really one place in Los Angeles, actually two, but one that's local, that I can go and smoke my pipe and have a drink simultaneously. That's not my apartment, and that's this bar. And I don't know how they managed to get away with it. Some sort of code thing. They've managed to find some sort of a workaround. And so the stuff that I shot last night, I'll show you a little bit of what it's like. And for those of you who never had the experience of smoking indoors and amongst others, that's the way things used to be when I was young. I couldn't conceive of a bar where you couldn't smoke. I've been in bars where hookers have plied their trade and people have openly sold drugs, and people have come close to being murdered. But the only law that seems to stand in Los Angeles is you can't smoke in a bar. So anyway, and then a couple things that have kind of come to mind. I watched a video, oh, for crying out loud, I can't stand this when I can't remember people's names. Anyway, this guy made a video on doing some pipe restoration and the things that he uses in order to bring them back to life. And previously I've used a buffer and the real traditional method of rubbing compounds and carnauba wax and elk salt and alcohol and all that junk. But I haven't got a place really to do the buffing anymore, and so I've had to come up with other things like using certain stem polish materials, pre-applied, and briar wipe and things like that, and it works out okay. But I've actually found that you needn't even get that specific to pipe cleaning in order to do a pretty good job. And one of the things that I've been using is to remove the carbon around the tops of my pipes. I did one earlier. Is whatchamacallit, hand wash, the antibacterial stuff that everyone seems to use on their hands all the time. I found that if you take just a little bit and stick it on the end of a Q-tip and run it around the rim of your pipe, you can get pretty much all the carbon off. Now most people just do it with, they use a little saliva or some other kind of, just elbow grease and stuff. But I find that because the little amount of alcohol in that antibacterial hand stuff is just enough to take the carbon off, but it doesn't disturb the stain. Of course, your mileage may vary, and I would try it out on a pipe that you're not too you wouldn't worry about too much. But as you can see, it works pretty good on mine. I have a tendency to, my pipes can get fairly carbony. Let's see if I can find one. I'll pull it out for a second. Okay, here's a pretty good example of what I mean. You can see the tar along the rim is it's pretty black. This is a Sheraton second. It's actually a kind of a nice forgotten, one of the old style Sheraton shapes. I've forgotten what they call this. They have some funny name for it, but some atrocious fills on here. That's why it's a second, like in the center of the bowl. Probably, let's see. See that thing that looks like a gouge? A really bad fill, but it's a great pipe. Anyway, this is the stuff that I'm using, this hand sanitizer. And what I simply do is I take a little bit and I put it on the end of a Q-tip, take off some of the excess, and I'll show you how it works. I'll simply rub it on the edge of the bowl, like so. You can let it sit for like a few seconds if it's pretty bad. Like this one's pretty, not very, this is pretty bad. Try not to get on the exterior of the bowl. And let's see. Nice thing about this is it actually makes pretty quick work of what can be kind of a not very fun activity. You can see it's, you know, starting to come off there. And I may do this, use like 3 Q-tips in order to get it good. And then I'll wipe the whole thing off with a, you know, paper towel. Okay, it's looking better already. Let's try again. You can apply a little pressure. You won't hurt the pipe. The other thing that I found is that you know, with vulcanite stems, I get a, you know, because of my own, I guess, body chemistry, mouth chemistry, whatever, I get, you know, a fair amount of oxidation on them. And, you know, normally we would wax them using a, you know, carnauba wax on a wheel. Well, if you haven't got access to a wheel, or, polishing wheel, I found that the wax that's actually in chapstick, or, you know, those kinds of lip balms, works pretty ding dang good at actually shining up your stem. It's I mean, there is wax in there, and it's not carnauba, obviously. I don't even know what kind of wax they put in there, but okay. So just had to go get a paper towel. Anyway, is it markedly better than it was before? I don't know. Still pretty stubborn. Looks better to me, but you know, it's not a huge improvement. At some pipes it works better than others, I've noticed. Of course, you know, just using a little bit of saliva works pretty good too. anyway, you know, you continue working that until you get off as much of it as you want. The other thing is that using, like for instance, I have this tube of Blistex right here. And what I would do is, you can see the stem is fairly kind of gray, not really black. What I'll do is put a little bit on the top and the bottom of the stem like so. Kind of work it around with my finger. Let it sit there, you know, for like a minute or something. It doesn't have to stay on long, maybe even less than that. But for purpose of the video, I'll just do it, show you right now. And get your cloth, it's a soft cloth. Going to work it back and forth. Now, you should find either a non-flavored lip balm or a flavor, if you don't mind. I mean, if you're smoking aromatic, why not get a cherry lip balm, for crying out loud? Just add to the joy. Do that, and it actually does. It looks better, and it seems to help avoid oxidation. It's certainly a lot easier and a lot cheaper than buying all these specialty products. I just, I have bought all the specialty products before, and they do work. But in the chance that you don't have access to that stuff and you still want to clean a pipe, you can. There's no real reason why you can't. So anyway, so that does look better. Certainly feels better too. And I could have worked a little bit better on the top of that bowl, but I think you get the idea. So anyway, that's my little quick tip today. And in a way, I kind of like not having to, buy specialty stuff for these things. There's something about, kind of being beholden to, these companies that produce these things in small quantities. I don't know, there's something a little bit more resourceful, I think, about using off-the-shelf products sometimes. I know that a lot of guys use like OxyClean to take heavy oxidation off their stems. I haven't tried it, but I bought some. And I'm sure it works, So I look forward to trying that one day, actually. This is another Joe's, freehand pipe. It has a kind of a thick stem, but it's a great little pipe. I mean, this is the incinerator. This thing really, it's remarkable. It's got a conical bowl, which I normally don't care for, but it burns completely to the bottom. There's never any dottle. It's a nice thing. Anyway, this has gone way too long, and I really just wanted to say hello and let you know about my upcoming trip to well, actually it took place yesterday, but this video that I'll post on or attach on the end of this thing, show you what it's like to actually smoke indoors, amongst others, and not get cited by the police. It's just carbonated water. Anyway, take care, guys, and have a good weekend, and go New York. That's all I can say. Bye-bye.
The kitchen's been closed for about an hour, right?
Closed me out. Pay the bill. What are you smoking? Anything?
Marlboros.
Marlboros? What are you smoking, pal?
Grand Habano.
Nice. You guys got good taste in cigars. Very nice.
And you know what I would do?
It actually gets a good picture in some. Take a look at that.
Yeah, they make them so much better in low light.
My God.
Actually, work at that fucking shit. You know what?
I got you. You got me on years.
You know what?
Red REC in the corner.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Okay, here I am.
I live in there when Pacoima was a prosperous fucking town.
This is the one place in LA that I know of that you can actually smoke. There's another joint over in, it's like Silver Lake or something. It's like some sort of German bar or something where people smoke inside. And I was drinking Maker's Mark. It's empty. Get another one. Don't you guys wish you were me?
I never realized. What? You know why Van Nuys is so blind? It's because his owner, Howie, used to go right down to food, man.
Guy behind me smoking a cigar. Previously, everyone was smoking cigarettes. I smoke a pipe. Lovely. Donnie. Jimmy, Jack Daniels, please. Watch this. Me, please.
Donnie, help me out with your fucking tip.
3,000%.
Thank you very much. It's one of the benefits of kind of knowing your bartender.
No, checks are pretty much simple. $3,000.
One.
3,000 times.
Okay,
No,
so is it,
no, 3,000 times
this
100
one
is
or
more.
this one or the rest of the check? I mean,
Three.
three fucking, you know.
Sign this one. It says
I don't need half the fucking assignments.
Four. Nice, huh? That's right. Photographer agrees.
Eric will light it on fire for you. Just sign that one.
Nice place, friendly crowd. Every third word is fuck.
$104.
No one seems to know my name here. They call me by a variety of things, but I don't care.
That's a beautiful thing, and you're a beautiful person. So I can have a beer, sir?
Anymore. I didn't hear me anymore.
All right, honey, let's stop the camera.
Yeah, and they have the same amount of money just going up on the BMI. Yeah, on the first time, let me show it. The right side of the page under your life.